Hello, it's MattyFBaby and we're back here with some more Jungle Cup action for you. And today we're going to be going over another top meta pick, ranked number 12 overall on PvPoke.com. It's the boy Venomoth, the confusion user. Watch out, he might be a bug, but he gonna confuse you with that psychic fast move. So let's go over Venomoth a little bit. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so Venomoth is a poison and bug type Pokemon. It's gonna have a few weaknesses that are real prevalent in this cup, and that's flying, psychic, and then rock. And it's also weak to fire, but fire is not as prevalent. So it's kind of weird. PvPoke has bug bite ranked number 1 in the actual usage percentage, but then as the overall thing he puts at the top that he manually overrides, he does have confusion. So I just want to understand why bug bite would be better than infestation is my thing, because Bug Bite is legacy, but Infestation gets more energy per turn and does twice as much damage. Yeah, so I'm like, that's kind of weird. So yeah, I just want to say Confusion is what was manually overridden on that site, and I think Confusion is what you'd want for this. You know, it helps you with things like the Heracross, helps you with the Poison Boys, the Poison Grass Boys, and then it also helps you with things like Beedrill. Yeah, there's just a couple of things that are going to be weak to the Confusion, the strong, hard-hitting Psychic type move, and then of course it hits a lot of things for neutral damage as well. So for the preferred moveset, you're going to want Silverwind and Poison Fang, but if you're like me and don't have a Poison Fang Venomoth, I think the second moveset that you want would be Psychic, and that way you can press things like flying types that come in, or other things that resist your bug type moves like a Beedrill or something. You can hit it with that psychic damage. So if you don't have a legacy Venomoth, I would say get Psychic as your second move behind Silverwind. So yeah, let's look at Venomoth. It's ranked number 12 overall. That's really high. It's had some prevalence in previous tournaments, and I'm happy to see that it can be used here as well. It's got some key matchups. It does have a winning matchup against Vigoroth at 612 battle rating. Of course, it has winning matchups against a lot of the Poison Boys like I mentioned. So we have Venusaur, Beedrill, and Ivysaur. Venusaur and Ivysaur, it has some really high battle rankings against them at 900 each. Beedrill is a little lower at 708. Then it also can take down, that little guy Munchlax. It can take him down too. Let's look at some of the top counters for Venomoth. It is going to be a confusion user, but it's also going to be a confusion user that gets wrecked by other confusion users because it is a poison subtyping. So while I do think it is my favorite confusion user with Dustox, because Dustox is very cool, but I like its resistances as well. While it is a great confusion user, it does lose to pretty much every other confusion user. So Girafarig has a great score against it, so does Executor and Celebi. So that's gonna be 853, 841, 839 battle scores respectively for those three. And then you gotta watch out for those rock moves. So the Alolan Graveler and the Alolan Golems do really well against it as well. You got the flying types that are gonna do well against it also. It wants no pot or no flying type moves. So yeah, it's a really good Pokemon. It's fun to use, and I'm just happy to have it back in another cup. I like Venomoth, and I gotta go charge team the Bug Buzz, the Psychic, and so I can have more fun with it, because I didn't do that before this, but it was still fun to use. So let's go check out the battles. Alright, so here we go. We have Venomoth versus Heracross. This is going to be a great matchup for us. It is going to take super effective damage from our confusions, and we can resist every single thing that it has to throw at us. We're neutral to the Earthquake, but usually people aren't running Earthquake, and it would not have been able to get to Earthquake in time. So we take down the Heracross. I would imagine this is the first time he's faced the Venomoth against Heracross, and I would imagine he tried to switch out and wasn't able to, or by the time he realized how much damage he was taking, it was a little too late. So after that, he brings in a Fire Fast move Porygon, and we hit it with a Silverwind, which does massive damage. If you saw my video yesterday, I told you that Breloom is going to be a great replacement for Heracross as a counter user that can really tear through normal types like Vigoroth, Porygon, etc. So here you can see, we're going to be able to just go to town, be able to survive all the counters that Vigoroth throws our way, and we're able to down the Vigoroth on the counters. Here we go. We have Breloom versus Vigoroth. Great lead matchup for us against a different trainer. Now he switches in Heracross. Now this is great for us as well, because we can come in with our Venomoth and use Confusion like there's no tomorrow. So like I said, most people are not running Earthquake, so we're able to tank the close combat or the Mega Horn. and so we don't have to use a shield, and we're able to save our shields and go save our charge moves as well. So we're able to send off a Silver Wind against this Raichu and do some pretty heckin' good damage with our fast moves. We elect to shield here and go press them for another shield. So here, we're pressing them for another shield with a Silver Wind. What'd I tell you? I told you about to do that, and that's going to take down the Raichu. So Venomoth did some really good work, and you can see it hits the Vigoroth really hard. Like, it just hits most things really hard with confusion. We're able to bring in the Breloom, block the Brick Break, and then go send off a Dynamic Punch after the lag, and then we're going to be able to go to town with some counters. You know, the counter really hurts the Vigoroth. I don't think we down him. Yeah, we don't down him before another move comes in. That's okay. We got a whole nother Pokemon. It's going to be the Graveler coming into town, and it's going to just take him down with a fast move. Alright, so for our next match, another great lead for us, Heracross versus Venomoth. Yeah, we're just going to get like half of his health down, and then he brings in a Caesar, and I think I messed this game up a little bit. I think I should have brought in the Graveler. You know, I have to block too much with the Breloom here, and I take too much fast move damage, so I think I made a bad switch here. I wasn't fully prepared for the Caesar in this match, and that's okay. You know, you gotta learn from that stuff. So we had to use all of our shields, so we take a lot of damage still. So that's a very bad play on my end. I really wish I would have brought in the Graveler. So I think that would have made this game a lot better, and we're able to get our Dynamic Punch and force a shield off on this Heracross. Boom. So now he's got a Heracross versus Venomoth. And even though we are going to resist this, we're still pretty low health already, and yeah, it's going to put me in a really bad spot. We're going to be able to get a Silver Wind off before the next Pokemon comes in and downs us, and we do some major work to that Venomoth. We are able to bust his last shield here, and then we switch, and really wishing that he had Brick Break on this Vigoroth, but he does not. He has Bulldoze, and that's going to go ahead and down us, and very GG for Primo. And yeah, I think maybe it would have went differently if I didn't do that switch. So, but hey, you know, you gotta learn from these mistakes. So, Venomoth versus Noctowl. This is not an ideal lead for us. We're gonna switch to our Vigoroth, and this is not gonna be an ideal situation for us either. But luckily, we got a little energy stored up, and we're gonna be able to hurt the Heracross and then also force his next shield. So we're able to do some pretty good work to the Heracross, and then yeah, like I said, just force his shield. But we don't get to a third body slam, unfortunately, before he downs us. And he's going to bring in, or I'm going to bring in the Venomoth. And I think maybe I should have used my shield here. Maybe the difference in this match as well, because my last Pokemon is going to take 2 massive of damage. It's going to be the Breloom. And so the Noctowl is going to be able to come in and clean sweep us. Also, if I did TM to the Psychic move, if I had enough energy, which I wouldn't have anyways, but yeah, if let's say I did, that'd be able to turn this battle as well. So I need to go TM to the Psychic moveset as my secondary move. So we are able to take the Noctowl down, but he still has a shield left, and we're gonna have no HP and no shield, so it's gonna be a wrap. But yeah, Venomoth, as you can see in this little showcase, he does a lot of work. He does really well, and if I had better movesets on him, you know, maybe things would have turned out a little differently. But very GG's from Primo, very GG's to all my battlers. Yeah, that's some little Venomoth action. He's a fun little confusion user. Yeah, he'll leave you dazed and confused. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that little Venomoth showcase. I think he's a good Pokemon for this cup. He's always been a fun Pokemon, I think, to use in the different tournaments, and I love when he has a chance to shine, like especially in Twilight. That was his time to shine, am I right? Get out of here, Toxicroak. But he also does some really good work against a couple of great meta Pokemon. You know, you got the Breloom, who's not really meta, but you do have like the Heracross and the Vigoroth that it's able to smack up, Venusaur that it's able to smack up, and yeah, it just does really well overall, with Confusion being a hard-hitting move. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you're new, make sure to subscribe and stuff. Hook a boy up. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers. That's crazy. That's insane. But yeah, y'all be easy and breezy and beautiful. Have a good night. Peace out.